Most guitarists don't sound stiff because they lack skill. They sound stiff because they're thinking in shapes instead of harmony. These are just D, E minor, C, and G. Most guitarists think these chords are easy to play through a song. I used to take chords like this for granted. Before a gig, I'd look at the set lists, grabbing whatever open or bar chords got me through the tune. It worked, but it was clunky. And I didn't really care, because I was focused on polishing my solo chops. Over time, I started to notice something. The professionals around me weren't separating rhythm and lead at all. Their chord parts were expressive. Sometimes it was hard to tell if they were playing rhythm or lead, because it was both. And the difference wasn't harder chords, it was how they understood harmony. Everything starts with the key. For today's purposes, we're in the key of G. We take a G and number it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and back to 1, the octave. When we build harmony in a key, each number produces a chord. Roman numerals tell us how those chords function, whether they're major or minor. In G, 1, 4, and 5 are major, 2, 3, and 6 are minor. Each chord comes directly from the number it starts on. That relationship is what actually matters. So these Roman numerals are uppercase for major and lowercase for minor. If we put a chord shape on any one of these numbers, that will be the root. So for example, here's 2 minor, here's 1 major, here's 4 major, and so on. This can be applied to the entire fretboard. Let's look at today's progression. We have 5, 6, 4, and 1. That's D, E minor, C, and G. If we play these as full bar chords, we end up moving all over the neck. It works, but it doesn't flow. It sounds clunky. Moving chords up the entire neck is useful, but it doesn't teach us how to keep things close and together. That's where the number system really shines. When we zoom in on these chords, we get the part that actually matters, the triad. So if you take the top 3 strings of a D shape, that's a triad. E minor, G major, and C. These are different shapes, but they have the same harmonic information, like a root, third, and fifth. So instead of dragging full shapes around, let's stay on strings 1, 2, and 3 with the same harmony with less movement. So what I like to do is base things around one of the triads in the key. Here's one of the inversions. Here's the second inversion of G. So we have our 5, our 6, our 4, and our 1. Let's try it close to this triad. This is the root position. We have our 5, our 6, our 4, and our 1. And one more. Here's another triad. This is the first inversion. We have the 5, the 6, the 4, and the 1. So as we keep everything really close, instead of jumping positions, the notes move as little as possible. This is why it sounds smooth. Chords start behaving like melody. So now that harmony is clear, we can add weight by adding bass notes. So we're going to think like a piano player. We have our left hand for the bass and our right hand for the top. So we're almost implying bar chords now, but with much more control. Control is the difference between clunky and musical. So we have our 5, 6, 4, 1. 5, 6, 4, 1. 5, 6, 4, 1. So that part in the beginning I was playing, I'm just taking a few different ways to play each chord. So the 5, the 6, the 4, the 1. That melody, da, 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 that feels much more like a part, right? If I'm playing along with the singer in a band, a lot of other spaces, especially this low area, if you're playing with a piano player or a keyboard player, they're gonna be in that area. And if there's an acoustic player, that's kind of their range. So if we're taking this more kind of lead rhythm approach, our lane is gonna be in these top strings here, like I'm doing. So again, there's our part. So instead of just repeating, that's kind of the call, and the response to that, see, I start to move down. And so right there, that's an arpeggiation. That's that little bit of nuance that really starts to give more expression to your chords, right? And then from there, that's me playing with this 4 chord. I'm embellishing it, making it a sus2 sound. That's when you lower the 3rd down to the 2 for a moment, hammering on that kind of Hendrixy sound. And that is just a G major pentatonic. So if I take a combination of that, simple rule, if you're in the key of G, G major pentatonic is going to sound good on a lot of things, as you may already have figured out. So if you're reaching to make these parts a little bit more full or feel a little more natural, add some major pentatonics. It'll really start to fill them out and give you some nice melodic content. Again, look at that. I'm playing for the 6th chord, the 1 chord with just some major pentatonic embellishment, and that's going down to the 4 with that sus2. And then bringing it down